Hello, my fellow Americans. I'm Dr. Stephen Clark Bradley, and this is what I think. In these next few videos, I'm not sure how many videos it will take. There's a lot of information to follow. I'm going to be talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and their desire to be the next president and vice president of the United States. I don't just want to talk about my opinions about them. I want to go through the legacy that they've left behind. Joe Biden, 47 years. Kamala Harris, many, many years in California politics, in the U.S. as U.S. Senator, and now wanting to be the Vice President of the United States. We're going to go through their legacy of lies and corruption, their family problems, their political situation, their ethical scandals. And there are many, especially for Joe Biden. He has a much longer career than this unusual woman who likes to talk about slave reparations, but whose great-great-grandfather was the third largest slave dealer and slave holder in Jamaica. So we're going to go through all these things in an expose, trying to point out many of the things that I have gone through. And as you watch these videos, I want you to ask yourself, do you think that Joe Biden should be your next president after you hear all the things that I have to say that I've spent literally hours and days finding and going through and writing about? And Kamala Harris should be your next president after you learn about all the things that she's been involved in politically, personally, and in other ways. I want you to ask yourself that question. It's a vital question for you to ask and to determine for yourself before you either mail in your unfortunate mail-in ballot or go to the balloting polling place and cast your vote. It's very important. I'm spending a lot of time on this for you. I already made up my decision a long time ago. I've already studied it, looked at it in every way, shape, and form that you can imagine, and I know who needs to be the next president of the United States, again, is Joe Biden and Mike Pence as the next vice president again. So, but I'm doing this for you because there are many of you that maybe think that I like what Donald Trump has been doing, but I don't like Donald Trump personally. Well, after you see what Joe Biden wants to do to you and what he's done in the past for the American people, you might say Donald Trump is a much nicer man than Joe Biden. Indeed, he is. Before we start, I just heard that Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. That's so sad. We mourn the passing of anybody. It's a sad event. We pray for her family. Unfortunately, we cannot pray for her. And now, this woman who is responsible in a big way for the murder of countless unborn babies as a liberal on the Supreme Court, supporting Roe v. Wade and every other possibility of keeping abortion alive and keeping dead babies dead. Now this Supreme Court justice is standing in front of the real Supreme Judge and must give an accounting of her reasons and deeds that she did on the earth. It's very sad, and she's in front of the millions of babies that she helped murder. So though I'm sad for anyone who dies, it's always a sad event, I have no mercy for her. I'm sorry. She's one of the reasons America has become a reprobate society, is the laws that she helped pass and the laws that she could have abolished but did not. So I'm sad for her family, and I'm sad for her because it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. So God is not impressed with intelligence. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, highly intelligent woman. God is not impressed with our successes or our failings. God is a respecter of no person. God is impressed when we walk in character, when we walk in righteousness, when we follow His path, His precepts. It's not about religion, it's about character, and it's about faith, and about doing the right thing. So I just wanted to mention that before we started. And I think now we know it's more important than ever to re-elect Donald J. Trump as president. We have a chance, a real viable chance, to end abortion in America, to stop the scourge of forcing our children to walk through the fire of evil, and to end abortion forever, and to save the lives of countless, of millions of babies. How many million unborn Americans have been butchered in the womb? And now we have a choice to put Donald Trump back in office. He'll have a chance to appoint more than just a replacement to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. There'll be many that he will be able to appoint, and we can turn the tide of the Supreme Court and not make it conservative or liberal, make it righteous, make it constitutional, make it follow the law. That we don't want to say we want a Republican or a Democrat, a liberal or a conservative. That's not what we care about. We care about those who follow the Constitution, who obey the Constitution, who are willing to do what it says, and to not let anything stand in its way by personal opinion or political philosophy. This is a great day in one way, bad day for her, a great day for America, because we have a chance to save countless millions of American babies and to stop the scourge of abortion forever. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's go into our expose. We're going to start with Joe Biden, and it's going to be several videos we're going to go through because I have many things that I've discovered about this wicked man, this vile person who is a very, very conflicted person. I mean, there's so many things in his background, in his family, in his long 47-year political career that need to come out, that you need to hear about. And once again, I'll be looking at my notes because there's a lot, so don't think I'm having a Joe Biden moment, because I'm not. I'm being a teacher, and I'm trying to teach you what I have learned, that you can see once and for all who this man truly is, and why it's important to defeat him, and why it's important to re-elect Donald J. Trump. Afterward, we'll have videos on Kamala Harris, who she is, and I think you'll find that equally stunning, scary, and equally important to know about her background. Because if Joe Biden wins, he is effectively going to be a placeholder. He's going to be an image, a poser, a poster on the wall. Kamala Harris will be the president, most definitely, even before he's gone. So let's delve into this, and let's look at the totally conflicted man of Joe Biden. Who is this man? Let me tell you, there are things in his background that are far more sinister, far more dangerous, far more lethal for the United States of America than his perverse sniffing of women's hair, though I find that quite perverted and strange. Believe me, that's the least important thing, the least dangerous thing about this conflicted, strange person who wants to be your president. His family, we're going to look at Joe Biden from these points of view, okay? We're going to see he has conflicts of interest related to his family, related to his relationship with China, related to his relationship with the Ukraine, related to plagiarism and his time in university and his time as a senator when he ran for president in the 1980s, and his lies about it. And also, terribly, perhaps the worst of all, his evil treatment and sexual perversion with women who have complained about him officially and unofficially about his sexual abuse with them as a senator. And we don't know about anything he's done as a vice president. He's pretty old by then, but I suspect he still has the same perverse inclinations, trying to be nice. Any of these issues totally disqualify him to be the next president of the United States. When you see how he is purchased and bought by China, how he blamed President Trump for a quid pro quo, when it was really him who pulled off the massive quid pro quo, one that with the Ukraine, And when you see all these things and the financial collusion that he has had in China and in the Ukraine, it shows exactly what kind of man he is and why he should not be president of the United States. Let me just read this paragraph to you that I've written. I said, Biden has continually demonstrated financial collusion in his international dealings in which he employed a quid pro quo to blackmail the Ukrainian government to gain advantages for his son. And of course, and mainly, for himself as well. And to ensure that the Ukrainian prosecutor who was investigating his son's dealings in the Ukraine was fired before any money would be given to them that had been promised from the Obama administration. So we're going to look at this. This is a timeline of Joe Biden. So first, let's look at his family conflicts. Joe Biden's his niece, was actually going to jail for a $100,000 credit card scam, and he intervened and got her set free, and she never paid it back. Could you and I have that same treatment? I highly doubt that. If he became president, whoever he would appoint as the attorney general, they won't go easy on us, because for them, we're nothing, we're nobody. But Joe Biden used his influence as a man of power, in a place of power, in a position of power, to help his own family to get out of jail and to help his own son become rich. His corruption in office. Let's look at Joe Biden's China connection. We'll look at the Ukrainian one later, but this one is the biggest area of conflict and corruption in Joe Biden's career and in his life. China owns Joe Biden. They own him. He isn't hot to them. Up to $1.5 billion, which he was able to procure through his name, which his son Hunter Biden was able to get because of his last name, which is the last name of the Vice President of the United States. And because of that, Biden could never stand up to the Chinese government, could never tell them no, yes, whatever, simply because they own him by virtue of what they did for his son. Now, it's interesting, yesterday during the town hall, Joe Biden was asked, is China our enemy? He could not say yes. He never said yes. He said, China is our competitor. Now listen to me. Canada is our competitor. Europe is our competitor. Brazil and other nations in South America are competitors. China is not a competitor. China is our enemy. Competitors don't spy on each other. Competitors try to make better deals, to make more money than we do, because they think we have a better product than we have. China is not our competitor. If they were, we would have no problem with them. China spies on us. Just yesterday, as of tomorrow on Sunday, TikTok and WeChat, which I have on my phone because I spent 9 years in China, WeChat will be banned from being purchased or downloaded on any platforms in the United States. And its functionality will be seriously limited. Why? Because China spies on us. China tries its best to defeat us, to become our enemy. They want to rule the world. They want a hegemony all over the world, and they want to minimize America's influence, even destroy us, and get us to bow to them. Believe me, if Joe Biden is president of the United States, he will be forced to bow to China. He will not ever be able to say when they do something against us that we're going to have sanctions or whatever, because they own him. In our next video, we're going to talk about the very specific ways in which China owns Joe Biden through his son Hunter, and the shenanigans and the evil relationship between Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Xi Jinping and his administration, or his regime, and the CCP. So make sure you come back for the next video. We're going to be looking into that, and we're going to go delve into this head first, and we're going to learn about why this man should never be our next president. Thank you.